Hello.
And welcome to
the
Champagne Room Secrets Podcast,
where two workers break down the spicy industry through personal stories and culture and
shenaniganery.
I am Candi / Barbie.
I'm Kitty.
I was going to say it's like been a minute since we recorded, but it really hasn't been that long.
Because we usually see each other a couple times a week. And
I think so.
It's been a calendar week since I've seen you.
It has been a calendar week. The New Year's Eve episode, I edited really fast.
True.
And then I got it ready because I was like, I am not going into New Year's Eve weekend with shit to do. So I edited it really fast and I scheduled it. So I feel like I haven't edited in so long.
You've had a nice break, which is
good. It actually
good.
has been nice. I also did get sick a few days ago. So I'm kind of recovering. Hopefully I'm not going to cough, but
we'll see.
That's what editing is for. Today, we kind of have a fun little cozy story episode and just chitter chatter, jibbing jabbing.
Taking it back.
And we decided to dress pink because why not?
I know. Look, a theme's a theme.
A theme is a theme.
So what are we
this
drinking?
Is, it's the Empress Rose Gin, which again is not sponsored us, and if you remember from the New Year's Eve episode, I'm using the little drink pics. Mine says gay.
It says XXX. These are by Harper, who's local, and I found them through Friends and Family, the bar Friends and Family.
If you guys are in the Oakland area, Friends and Family, it's adorable. It's so gay. Everyone there is gay.
Everyone there is hot too.
This is not a dig. It's almost kind of mean gays.
It's not even mean gays. It's too cool for you.
Yeah. And it's I just want to impress them. And I never want to impress anybody but the gays at Friends and Family. Kitty, what's your champagne secret of the week? Tell me! I have a really embarrassing one. It is actually a real secret. It's really embarrassing and it just happened. I want to hear yours first.
Okay, well now I'm excited for yours. I'll be brave. So it's both the fear of sharing a secret with the public, but also telling you something you already know, but trying to make it funny.
I'm going to throw my drink at you housewife style if it's not funny, if I don't laugh.
That's actually kind of fun. So I've already told you this, and I'm sure half of the people watching this already know because they're our friends and they're in every group chat in which I
feel I haven't told anyone. Me after texting 10 different group chats.
That's really
of different combinations of pretty much the same people.
I know when I do it an update or I'm requiring feedback from people or whatever, I do send it to a bunch of group chats and you're in every
I'm in all of them.
One.
I just get the same thing for all the different.
I know, you really see the admin in me.
I really do. I love it though.
Okay, but anyway.
Get into it, yeah. Oh, I know what it is.
I know! Shut up!
I know what it is now. You're so stupid. I love you.
Okay, anyway, so.
You're straight?
No. I'm a Pisces.
Yeah,
I don't think a lot of people pick up on that. There's two things that make me feel very Pisces.
Uh-huh.
And it's the unmitigated sadness of cold weather that I get. And also having just a little crush on someone.
I knew it!
I have a little crush on someone.
Kitty has a crush on a child.
It just reminds me of the...
What's worse than a...
There is only one thing worse than a rapist. Boom. A child. No.
Same brain, same broken brain. No, well,
this brain is rotted. There's holes in it. Not the sexy hole, like Swiss cheese holes.
Well,
that too.
Dahmer.
Someone could fuck my brain if I die. What if they had a brain fleshlight?
Oh, they've got Well, okay, so the joke is that I'm mostly attracted to non-binary people. Both of my partners are non-binary, and trans people and women. Big time trans women, cis women, animated women.
Animated, like cartoons.
Fictional women. No, but the person I have a crush on is a man.
A cis man. With a penis.
Allegedly.
Do you ever have someone with a penis lower their limp dick and balls into your hand?
That's the real weight of it all.
It's just meat. Wait, this is not my champagne secret, but okay, so before I really knew a lot about sex, I don't know what age this was, but let's say I was early preteen, maybe 11, 12. We would all talk about if you have female anatomy that it's very painful your first time to be penetrated, right?
Yeah.
And so that was something I was very anxious about. Not only did I not want to have sex, but I was very anxious about this hypothetical ripping of the hymen. I just was so stressed out about it.
Yeah, they make it scary.
Yeah, but then it's okay, at some point I knew it's penises are usually soft and then they get hard. And so I'm just doing the math in my head. I'm just adding up the numbers. I'm why don't they just put in a soft penis into you? I'm Just throw it in there. Just slither it in. And the thing is, it's like, it's not impossible.
No, it's totally possible.
That's girl math.
You learned.
Unfortunately, I did.
But you had sex with a woman before you had sex with a man.
That's true. Not many people know that about me.
Well, now they do.
All a few hundred of you.
Well, so allegedly you're gay and I'm straight is the story we're selling today.
I'm sorry you're straight. But I do forgive you.
Thanks.
That's what friends are for.
Well, how about you tell us your secret? Your champagne secret.
My secret is literally so shameful.
Lay it on us.
I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. It's what the people want. I came during a session.
How is that bad?
Because I have a weird mental thing and I do not want to do that.
It's like a vulnerable thing.
It's a vulnerable thing, but I'll tell you one thing and I'll get into the session. He didn't give one shit and it made me feel so much better.
Yeah, that's exactly you.
That's exactly what I wanted. Like, he wasn't trying to do it.
Yeah.
It was getting there. And I was like, you know what? You got to treat yourself once in a while. I think the reason why I don't want to is because I don't want them to get the satisfaction of doing that. And so the fact that he was just like, I mean, he's older. Like, he's much older than I am.
Yeah.
So he's like, huh.
Good for
So
you.
that's my secret of the week.
Oh, shame.
I'm very ashamed, but listen, I can't lie. That's why we have this segment, because we can't lie to
No,
people.
we're not allowed to lie. We have to start up vulnerable at the top. I'm straight and you're a whore.
We've had kind of a busy work week.
Thank fucking God.
I know. I had 2 sessions last week and a session today. So I didn't work like all of December.
Yeah.
I had like 1 session at the beginning and that was it. December was so dry.
Dickless December.
Dickless December for real. And then I spent so much money on the holidays. Do you want to tell me what you've been up to?
Sure. Okay, let's see. Last time we recorded was before New Year's.
Yes.
Since New Year's, I've had a couple work things happen, which is great because I haven't been working. I had a sugar date. It was a paid date. It was just lunch. It wasn't like super fancy or anything, but it's what worked logistically for everyone. And it went really well and the chemistry was there and I had a good time and he was very like straightforward and reasonable about money stuff. And then I'm driving here to record right now and I got a text from him being like, hey, I've met someone else that I've made an arrangement with. It was nice meeting you. It's honestly fine.
That's a good attitude to have.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I was hoping we would like see each other at least once more, but also
you're not trying to be like a professional sugar baby.
That's true. That's not the goal. Also, he did have one weird thing that I was like not excited to negotiate. So everything was totally
You
cool.
wanted it bare. They all do. All these fucking, you know, it's funny because they all have fucking like wives and partners.
And he says, I have to use condoms with my wife because she's very sensitive. So I want it bare with my sugar person.
That's crazy. Someone asked me that, I think at New Year's, and she was like, what do you do when like guys try to like not use a condom? Because like during dating, I feel like I always get that. I'm like, I literally don't get that. I know what happens. I have literally never had somebody try to get me to not use a condom. Personal, yes. Sugar dates I've been on, people brought that up, yes. But not actual clients.
They know what they're agreeing to. They know the exchange.
Right.
That's the whole problem with these sugar hoes.
Yeah, it's like they want more for less.
Yeah.
And that's essentially it. That's
really what it is.
It's like a good gateway into work, but it's like it's not your main thing. So that was
Well, what's also nuts is I get people approaching me basically wanting a pro dom.
Yeah.
Like saying mistress, goddess, this and that, asking for services. And I'm like, where do you think you are? And someone in the DMs on Seeking mentioned chastity. And I'm like, can you calm down?
That was a bust.
That was a bust. But it was fine. No, I'm happy I did it. And it was fine. Yes. It was totally fine.
Okay.
But then I went on this trip to Seattle and it was for burlesque and for a convention. But also I put a touring ad up and it got some hits, which is great. I was able to book a little bit. So I technically had like my first session. It was so great.
What was the session called? Like what was it under the umbrella of?
The original request was specifically for doming.
Okay.
He wanted smothering, which is cool and interesting.
Great. Love.
Spitting, which is like, okay, yeah.
You should get those mints that make your mouth water.
I really want them. And I don't know if I should censor it. Golden showers. I think that's probably.
I think you can say golden shower.
Yeah, I think that's like enough of a.
Because it's not a curse word, and we're not like showing it.
Yum, yum, yum. We're not showing it.
We're not showing it. Sorry.
That'd be a lot. But yeah, so it was smothering, spitting, ending with a golden shower. And I'm like, I don't need anything to do all of those things. Amazing.
Yeah, that's great. It's
super
all stuff
easy.
built into a body.
Yeah, easy peasy. Just hydrate.
Yeah.
At some time before the date of the session, he was like, I have this other interest. I'm like,
and you know that's the main one too, that he's like hiding and like trying to spring on you.
And I was really stressed. And then he's like, I don't know what it's called. I'm like, oh my God, then what is it? And he told me, and he's like, I really like the idea of having a pair of your underwear that's like heavily soiled in a horny way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah,
sure.
I'd probably do that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, easy.
Yeah.
Great. He's like, can I come the morning of our session to buy it, and then I can like wear it all day, and then I can wear it to the session. I'm like, whatever you want, man.
I mean, that's great.
Dope. Easy. And so the night before was when I performed, and then we partied after.
Yeah.
Because that is how I live my life.
We're fun. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm having a good time.
You're in your 20s still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the 90s. I'm like barely awake in time to prepare the specimen.
Oh no.
And like roll out of bed right when he knocks on the door. So I looked whack. I was in pajamas. I did not have my face or hair done. And I was like, you know what? If he really hates it, I have that deposit.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
He came in. He has a little puffer jacket and his little work backpack.
Oh, not the backpack.
I had him kneel because I was like, I gotta do something.
Do the whole dynamic.
I gotta do something formal, even though
Yeah.
I looked like fucking monster. I still had like some makeup residue. I was rough. Did the whole ceremony of like offering them and sent him on his way. I was like, this is gonna be less than 5 minutes because I truly cannot bear to do this in my state of like being so hungover and like unmedicated. And then he came back later that night, but a little while before.
Yeah.
I got a text. He's like, okay, so there's something else. Okay.
Girl.
What do you want? And he's like, could I do a full body sensual massage and then end with the golden shower? And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. That's technically like something that I would have done cheaper, but because we kept in like the last bit, I'm like, I'm not going to change the rate. That's fine. Easy,
I would say
easy.
charge more at every step.
He comes and we talked for a bit, which is great. I had 2 beds. It was amazing. Work bed, sleep bed.
That's amazing.
So good. I was so happy about that. But we did massage and then we incorporated some of the smothering stuff in it, which like for some people is like restricting the air and for some people is like the physical compression. He was about my height too, which was really helpful. So I had him lie on his back and I would do some massage because he genuinely like looked like his body was in rough shape.
Yeah.
And I like to give massages. So we did some genuine massage and then I started to like use a lot of like my full body weight on different parts of him for that, which was really fun. And he was like so ready to go. Like,
And when you say that, you mean come.
yeah, I think he was pretty ready to come.
Yeah.
But also we did have to wait for me to pee pee
Right.
at some point.
Right.
And we were trying to time
You're like
these
very
things.
into it.
I still had him lying on his tummy and he's like bucking around and I'm like, stop. I'm literally like on top of him, like riding a horsey.
Yeah.
Trying to get him to relax his body.
Yeah.
I'm like, you literally just said you worked for 11 hours. Let me massage you for 5 minutes.
Right.
Before we get into this part. Eventually I had him flip over. And the thing about the full body massage thing is usually that's happy ending.
Yeah.
And the provider is providing. Yeah. But he was like fucking soloing and I'm like, okay, go. Fine, let's work for me.
I love when they do that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You do it best.
I mostly did the smothering stuff, which was cute.
Yeah.
And he had a really small dick and wanted to be made fun of for it, which is great because I did want to laugh. Genuinely.
That's amazing.
I think all bodies are amazing and lovely, but his build was like charming and funny to me and I wanted to giggle at it. So the fact that I had permission was great.
Yeah. And sometimes like it's kind of cathartic to make fun of a man.
Oh, he loved it. He loved it. It was very fun and we had a great time. Thankfully I had like one of the hotel clocks facing me, so I was keeping an eye because I'm like, we can't get this done as fast as he's trying to. And so that was fun. We got to do like some denial, lots of spitting, lots of like just.
Wait, you mean that like you were running out of time?
No, like he is too fast. He's getting too
You're
excited.
trying to run the clock.
I just want it to be a long enough experience so that's not awkward. We reached around 30 minutes and I'm like, I'm happy for this to reach its natural conclusion. And so I did the final thing that I knew would work. He kept on saying that he really wanted my juices. Because again, he likes the liquids. That's the thing, is he likes all the bodily liquids. I know, he keeps on like, he's like, I want to feel your juices on my tiny dick. And again, thankfully I was allowed to laugh because I thought it was fucking hilarious. And it was, and then it was really easy to be like, no, not yet. No, you're not good enough. No, your dick's too small. You could never have it, whatever. And so when I was ready to wrap things up, I pantomimed fingering myself. I did not at all. And I go to almost touch him.
And the volcano explodes.
Right.
The plane is coming in for landing.
I didn't have an end game for that, so I do appreciate that. It just I need to take away your hand. Kind of do the like, I'm not touching you. But yeah, so he felt great, and then we hung out there for a bit, and the way he said things were so funny because he was just like, "Oh wow," I'm like, "Yeah, you've come before." Right?
Like I would never come before.
Huh. Oh wow. I'm like, he's so funny. But then eventually I was like, okay, I actually have to piss. I'm like, we don't have to do this since you're like all done. If you want to just relax, if you want to take a little rest, that's fine. Hop in the shower. And he's like, no, let's see how it goes. And I'm like, well, that's a weird way to put it.
Let's see how it goes.
I had him like sit in the tub and get comfy. And
okay, I was gonna ask where it happened because I've never done a golden shower before, personally or professionally.
I had him sit in the tub, get all comfy, and I just stood over him. And his original request was to have it on the body, but while it was happening, he's like, "I want to taste it." And I'm like, "It's happening. Like I can't.
It's happening.
I can't change what's happening." And again, it was a lot of "oh wow," and then comments I'd never heard before that made me feel weird and not bad, but of like he was like, "Oh,
what an aroma."
Literally.
Guys are so weird.
Like, what a great smell. Huh, it seems so pure. And I'm like, pure? What? Like, what else? What else would it be?
This man knows his piss. Sometimes it's like the kind of stanky.
I literally don't know what he meant. It seems so pure.
Okay, so have you seen the video of William Shatner going to space?
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
That's really what this guy was.
Yeah, that's how I'm picturing.
That's exactly
right now.
how he was. Yeah. And he like tried to like get a taste, but I'm like pretty much done. Get away. But he was really sweet. I let him take a shower. I was like, "Oh, you can use my body wash." I had a tiny Dr. Bronner's, and he's like, "Well, you know, this one the hotel has is a little more rugged."
What?
Sir, you just got pissed on. Like
rugged.
You really need to like assert your masculinity over body wash because I got a mini.
Wait, the Dr. Bronner's?
My baby Dr. Bronner's
was too feminine for this freshly pissed on a man.
Anyway, yeah, this was my first session and it went well and he paid well and he tipped and he asked to come back the next day and I said no.
I mean, sometimes it's just too much.
He wanted to come back just for drinking my pee.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
could you mail him your pee?
I don't want to figure out the logistics of that. But I told him, like, if you come between this very specific, like, time frame, sure. And then he was like, I can't. And I'm like, well, then, no. I'm not going to change my day just to pee again.
You're a busy person.
I've been peeing.
You've been peeing.
I stay pissing.
Yeah.
You can't come when I'm pissing, then...
You don't get any piss.
But, the one thing that I wanted to tell them that I told you immediately after is when I was on his back trying to keep him still while massaging him, one of my eyelashes fell right onto his back.
Wait, I didn't know it fell off. I thought it was just hanging on for dear life. It actually, the full thing.
It like jumped off my face, fell onto his back, but we're using body oil. So back
and then it like
body oil,
slipped away.
And my hands have body oil. So I pick it up and try to put it on, but it's covered in oil, which is the opposite of adhesive. But like I kept on like trying to re-stick it, and eventually like towards the end I'm like, I'm gonna just take my eyelashes off, is that okay? It's not gonna look very pretty. And he's like so it's fine.
You should be like, I'm gonna take them off and you have to eat them.
Excuse me, sir, I know you're edging right now, but do you mind if I quickly take off my eyelashes?
I am very #so proud of you.
Very charmed experience for
Good.
sure.
I'm glad.
Could have been bad.
Yeah.
Turned out fine.
It was great.
Okay, you've been working and you have stories.
You know what's so weird as a mentally ill person? You know this. You're mentally ill.
Yeah.
We're both mentally ill. Surprise. is meeting someone who like is a not mentally ill.
You meant someone who was fine.
Who's like the most like fine and boring person. And I'm like, what is going on? What's happening? Like, I'm not used to this. Like,
Yeah.
I straight up, this was a new client. I'm straight up like asking him, I'm trying to get like a little, it's new. He booked for 2 hours or hour and a half. It was longer than an hour. So I'm like, okay, there's a lot of time to fill, right?
Yeah.
So usually I would like sit them down, put on some music, have like, I brought some champagne, like sitting on his lap or just like whatever. And I'm like, oh, like, tell me about yourself. Like, I try not to focus on like work just because like people's work doesn't like define their life. I'm like, oh, what do you do for fun? Like,
Yeah.
do you have any plans this year? You know, just like what I would do like at a strip club. And you know, we're getting like trying to get like a little more sensual. And I was like, have you had any like exciting fantasies lately? Or like, is there anything like in particular you like? He's like, no, I just like beautiful women. You're very beautiful. I'm like, thanks. But like, you know, like whatever. Like I just kept trying to like pull anything interesting out of this man.
And he just was like, I like
Nothing.
I like to have sex with beautiful women.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
And like the whole thing was fine. Sometimes like really because I'm trying to like figure out your like erotic imagination.
Yeah, so that you can play into it.
So what I would do is go to the standards. All right. Most straight men, they love a schoolgirl type thing. They love like a schoolgirl coming to like a teacher, the babysitter.
They like to be powerful over someone young.
And so I started to like kind of like ad-libbing because I'm like, it's just silent. I'm a talker. I like talking. And so I'm kind of like, what if like you were this with that? He's like, yeah. And then I'm like, okay,
wow.
it's like nothing. I'm like, this is what happens when you're not mentally ill. You're like the most boring person I've ever met. We're kind of getting into it. And I was like kind of playing like, oh, like, do you ever like get a little kinky? Or like, he's like, no. I'm like, do you want to like spank me? This is what Kitty, I'm not exaggerating. This is what he does. And I'm
and
like,
the thing is, like, it feels like he did that as a favor to you.
yeah.
I'm like, like really didn't want to. He was just like,
He's like, I'm like, you know, you can do it like a little harder. He's like, yeah, I mean, I don't want to like hurt you. I'm like, you're not going to hurt me. I'm like, am I just like so depraved? I'm like,
maybe.
But I'm like, this isn't a quickie. We have so much fucking time to fill.
Yeah.
I'm like trying. I'm trying to find something.
You're just trying to be playful.
I'm trying to find something. I'm like, what body parts do you like? He's like, all of them. He was not biting. He was not.
And I'm wondering, like, is he reserved or is that just it?
I think that's it. So he's married and he's been married. And he was like, you know, my wife and I haven't had sex in like, I don't know, 3 years. And I'm like, honestly, yeah, I feel bad for your wife. Like, you were the most boring person I've ever fucking met. No wonder she hasn't had sex with you. I don't always feel like 100% about sleeping with married men, but I'm just like, honestly, maybe the wives wouldn't be too upset. They'd be like, good.
Thank God.
Someone has to sleep with this guy. I don't want to. And honestly, I don't blame them. I'm happy to like take the torch and like do a favor. This is so bad timing because this is my first booking in like a month. And of course, I'm fucking like, I start my period. Of course.
Yeah, like immediately.
Of course. And so then I wear this like little like silicone cup thing. And I was like bleeding too heavily. I was like, I don't know this guy. I'm just going to put it in. Because like sometimes I'll ask people, I'm like, do you mind? Like, what do you think? And if it's like, there's like a little bit, it's not that big of a deal. But it was like the heaviest day. So I just like didn't tell him. I just like have it in. Most people, I think I used it with Billy Bob once. And he's like, I can kind of like feel it. But like, and they have also have a condom on. So it's like, I don't know if he can really feel it. Anyways, tell me why this is the only session that I forgot lube.
No. Oh no. I'm so sorry.
Because like,
because condom sex without lube is pretty
and with the
rough.
cup, it stops any liquid from coming
that
out.
part. Yeah.
So I am just like,
that's raw.
we're making it happen. I'm like extremely fucking sore the next day because it's just like so much friction, but it's like not his fault. It's like literally my fault.
Yeah.
Because of the thing and whatever. And so we finish, everything's fine. It was honestly so forgettable. Like, I barely even remember what this guy looks like. And I went to go wash my hands in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, I'll be right back. I literally leave for like 10 seconds. I hear a crash, a smash, glass breaking. And I go in and he just like fucking dropped. And it's fine. I don't care about the wine glass, but he like drops his wine glass. It just shatters on the floor.
Bro,
I'm like, dude.
Literally what?
He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's fine. He's like, let me clean it. I'm like, just don't. Just leave it. I'm like, I'm trying to be so nice because, like, you know when you feel so bad about something, and I'm like, I just don't want you to feel bad. I just want you to sit down and we can
And just relax.
and then I will clean it. But he kept trying to help, and I was like, stop helping. I'm like, I will clean it up. It's not a big deal.
Also, what did he do? He just bloop. It's not like his hands were lubed up.
Literally. So it was just like boring as hell. And I was like, that's work, baby.
Hey,
Sometimes work sucks. I know.
sometimes no news is good news.
Okay, then the next day I had my regular who made me and I brought lube, but thank God. But like he's endowed, which is how I was able to get there myself.
Yeah.
But then like I was sore from the night before. I'm just like, I got home, I took like the biggest like Epsom salt bath. I'm like, I need a few days rest after this.
Ran through is what I'm hearing.
I was run through. Okay, fast forward to today. I had a session mere hours ago.
It was long too. Yeah.
Thank God he ended early. Ugh, bless this man. So this is Mashed Potatoes Man. We all know and love him. He did not bring me a gift this time. He apologized profusely for not bringing me a gift. I'm like, you literally bring me money? Like that is a gift? First of all, I'm like running a few minutes late, like 5 minutes late. It's like whatever. And I'm walking up to the in-call space. Tell me why this man is standing outside of the space with 2 bags looking around. I'm like, dude.
Boy.
I'm like, hi. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm not like stalking you. I'm like, of course you're not stalking me. We're both meeting here. You can't loiter in front of the building.
Tell on the space.
Right. I'm like, and it's a big apartment building, but I'm just like,
Still.
he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's fine. I get inside and he finally gets upstairs. I'm like, listen, it doesn't bother me. I don't think you're being like I don't think you're being creepy, but it's like the people who run this space, they're like, discretion is super important. So I just like can't have you waiting outside. Like you need to like follow the instructions. You need to wait in your car until I give you the green light, basically. And he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, okay. And he's like, here, I need to show you something. And he pulls out his ID and shows me his ID. And I'm like, yeah, like I've seen you multiple times at this point. And he's like, no, look at the birthday. And his birthday's in a few days. I'm like, oh my God.
Cute.
He's like, I like told you before, but it's okay if you forgot. I'm like, yeah, I literally, why would I have that memorized? But it's like cute. He like brought like a box of desserts and birthday candles for himself.
Good for him. That's asking for the care you want.
I
And I
know.
live for that.
And we ended up talking later and I was like, are you gonna do anything? He's like, no. I'm like, this is this man's like birthday celebration. Like I sang him happy birthday, like
That's
just me. I
awesome.
like lit all the candles. Like I was
That's
like
awesome.
almost like burning myself.
Aw.
I'm like, I'm lighting all these fucking candles.
This is an important thing for a person.
Yeah, he's great. He just is like, I have to tell him to calm down like constantly. Okay, so I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but when I take my cats to the vet, beforehand, I'll have like a pre-appointment or something, or like if I take them in, then they're gonna come back for shots.
Mm-hmm.
They'll send me home with gabapentin because one of my
Oh.
CC, one of the cats, she like fucking freaks out at the vet. She's like, oh, they have gabapentin for cats, so like give them before they come in, and they're not stressed out. I'm like, this man needs to take gabapentin before he comes to see me because he is like
calm the fuck down.
he's so fucking excited, like, and I'm very like porous to this kind of like intensity and emotional, and like one of my things I talk to my therapist about all the time is kind of like the intensity that some people feel towards me. Like it freaks me out. Like it's the only thing that scares me. And like
Yeah.
my worst fear is like being kidnapped or someone like stalking me. Like I literally, I don't know why we're doing this, like to be honest.
Well, because people very naturally get intense about you, and it's not just people attracted to you. It's like you've had a history of friends who get like really intense.
Right. And so like it's just like it makes me like panic, to be honest. I have actually had to leave this guy's house because of a panic attack before, because like it was just too much. Like he had all
Yeah.
these gifts for me, he had all this like food, all these outfits, and he's like so sweet and so generous, but like it literally gave me a panic attack because it was too intense and I had to leave. And so I was like starting to feel that way today. I'm like,
Oh no.
I'm like, I can't, like we're not doing substances, like we're just like, I had some like relaxing tea and I just like felt him. He's like, and the next time when you can come over, and then this, I'm like, okay, listen, I love this, but I'm like, we need to focus on the present. Let's not talk about last time. Let's not talk about next time. Like, let's just enjoy ourselves today. I know you're excited, but let's like ground ourselves. So like I gave him like almost like a full body massage, not even sensual massage, just like full body massage. And like I massaged him for a bit at the beginning, and like a lot of like sock talking. I like put on like spa music. He's so sweet and I just want good things for him. But I'm like, I don't know if this is going to be like a client that's like super sustainable for me to have.
Yeah. If
Like,
he's
emotionally.
taking this much.
It's just a lot. And he doesn't have a lot of people in his life.
Yeah.
And I'm just it's just a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah, to give him a whole lot of you in a very short amount of time.
And it's like, we don't even like have sex.
Yeah.
Like we do like sexual things. We did like another role play today.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and I'm just like giving like a lot of emotional care, and I can just like tell he like really, really appreciates it. But it's just like, it's so much easier just to fuck someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
and I like connecting with everyone. And so we like finished, we're kind of wrapping up, we're sitting on the couch, and he's just like melting, and like the spot music's going, and like it's getting very sleepy. I'm looking at the clock, I'm like, fuck, there's like 30 minutes left on the clock. I'm like, oh my God. And then he's like, you know, I think I should go home, I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm like,
Oh, good.
I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, I can add that on to next time, like for the donation purpose. He's like, no. Like, you keep the whole thing. I'm gonna head home. I'm like, you're so sweet. I don't know. Like, I'm not even like a woo-woo person about like spirituality and like people and their presence and stuff. I mean, like kind of, but like not really. But like, I just like feel it's just like heavy.
Well, when you turn your attention onto someone, it's very present and it's very vibrant, and you're very like a connection driven person, and so people who are starved for that really like cling to you.
Anyways, that's kind of what's been going on with me.
Gorge.
We're just working it out.
Twerking it out.
We're twerking it out. Well,
Yay.
that's it, y'all. If you are listening, thanks for listening. If you're watching, thanks for watching. And hey, if you like us, leave us a comment or a review. If you don't like us, then why are you here? Get out.
If you don't like us, thanks for staying this long.
If you don't like us, that's weird if you stay this long. That's like a little like weirdo behavior.
Sounds like you like it.
That seems like you like it, but you want to pretend that you don't like it. Either way, I do not want to hear about it. Socials are there.
They're there down there.
We're being social on the socials. Actually, I've been very behind. So
We'll start posting.
we'll be here every week. That's for one damn thing sure. I don't know what that means. Feel like my ghost is going around. My body is just doing the movements. I'm just like an empty puppet right now.
No, I don't feel like a person. Yeah, it's bedtime.
We need to rest right now. It's 4:40. It's bedtime.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Three, 333, angel number. What does it mean? I don't know.
Angels. I don't think that was that funny, but I like that you laughed at it.
Ever since the rehearsal, I have been making jokes about angel numbers, but now I'm like gonna just start yelling, angels!